Hi, welcome. This is episode 9 of Meet the Dealer through TheCarPlace. I've been away for a while, I'm back. And today we're with AutoKing. We're talking to Pierre van der Burgh, who's the co-director of AutoKing, which is, he's going to tell us, established around Cape Town for many years. Pierre, thank you for your time.
Thank you guys,
and
appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing us to come sit here and talk a bit of nonsense with you and to find out where did it all start.
Yeah, it goes back, as you say, quite a while. My current business partner, Les Herring, and myself, we originally started with a company called Value Motors. We had another 2 partners, John Gardner, Tim Wood, and we sort of opened a second branch for them.
And where did you start that?
That was in Cape Town, in Batencroft Street.
All right.
Basically corner of Batencroft and Wales Street. Stephen Johnson, I think he was your previous guest, or your previous Meet the Dealer.
Down the road, yeah.
Him and I were neighbours. So we did that for a year, and then Les and myself decided we wanted to forge ahead on our own path.
And what year roughly was that?
This is going back to 93 is when we started.
Wow.
Yeah, October 93. 94, we sort of broke away from Value Motors and registered our own CC, and that obviously became AutoKing. And we were in town, I think, for about 12 years.
That's where you were on the corner there where the little Shell garage was.
100%.
Yeah. Because I was across the road.
Bloomsbury was across the road. Yeah, we were there for like 12 years. Then the owners of that building needed more space, so they gave us notice, and we moved from there to our premises, which was in Burgh Road. We were in Burgh Road for 17 years, so we're not
a long time.
Yeah, we're not guys that like to move around a lot.
That's also not a good thing,
Once we got a home, we like to be settled. So we were there for 17 years. They gave us notice because the petrol tanks need to come out of the ground, so they're going to be doing a major redevelopment. So, we started looking for premises, and we ended up where we are currently, which is
28.
26.
Oh, it's a 26?
Yeah, where you were, you had this whole showroom, which is 26 to 28, but we actually 26.
Marine Drive
in Paarden Eiland.
Please don't forget, at the end, the address and website will be on. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, we have a website, we have a Facebook page, all there. So then
I must say, I've looked at the website. Is it easy to go through?
To navigate, yes. We've tried to make it very simple. Yeah. Being older guys ourselves, we realise that that the youngsters are the ones that can navigate these things easily. We like to make it as simple as possible.
Isn't it like terrible?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Do you think that you are experienced and clever, and then you get a little youngster coming in and he shows you actually how unintelligent you are?
I have to get the kids to sort my cell phone out. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So, you don't specialize in any particular brand?
Not at all. We sort of across the board, anything from, I would say, 150 up to about 350, 400 will probably be our ceiling.
That seems to be the good market, the affordable sort of market, and it's also for the middle.
Tried to do.
For the income people, for financing.
Yeah. So we were the very first dealer to be AA accredited as well. We're part of the AA pre-owned certified group. So we were the very first to sign up for their program. So all our cars go for a 125-point check at an independent workshop. They originally wanted us to have our own workshop, but we said we'd prefer an independent workshop, so
That was going to be my next question. You don't have your own workshops?
No. We subcontracted out, so at least when the client comes in, they're getting a report from an independent workshop.
Yep.
I can't tell them what to put on the report. If they find something wrong, they advise us. We have 100%. To rectify it, and the report's available to every client on all the cars.
And that you do after you've traded or purchased the vehicle in for stock. So before it goes out here to be sold.
Obviously, if we know it needs tyres, we'll do the tyres and
so
whatever.
the recon you'll do.
Correct.
But obviously, does it go then for the inspection first?
Yes.
Before
it comes on the floor. So when it comes on the floor, if you walk around, you'll see on the cars it'll have a little pamphlet on the side of the car, which is just briefly of the 125-point check.
Yes.
But we've got all the stuff on file, so at any stage we can email it to a client. We had an inquiry this morning where somebody said, "Can you email me the AA?" 100%.
Which is actually a good thing to have. I mean,
it's peace of mind.
I still dabble in online stuff, and I don't have a showroom with him, but in Porsche, and I always try and get that. So if someone says I want to, no problem.
100%. No,
you've got to have it.
You're buying a bit of peace of mind.
You have
it costs us money, but
look, you can't. You know what? You have to recon the car.
100%.
You can't sell a car that's not right.
Yeah.
A clean and also clean cars sell.
Yeah,
trust
100%.
Me. No,
100%.
No, they do.
So
I remember when I still had a showroom. This one here, the one we're sitting in now, Deja Vu.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had a lad. He could clean cars, made no mistake, and he knew because clean cars sell.
No.
And even though it was like the floor cleaner and car cleaner and allerlei goede, so every car that's sold, I gave him a little bit of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bonus thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that's.
So the premises you now at in Marine Drive, and it's an amazing premises actually, because I mean you got this view. I'm going to use the word passing traffic, which is a bad word to use because we don't want traffic to pass. Correct. We want them to come in. However, the visibility, must be amazing.
Correct.
Especially with the traffic in the morning.
In the morning, and
they're standing. They're queuing past.
They have to. They haven't got a choice. They have to queue.
Yeah.
So that's why you've got your cars displayed. So it's definitely
must make a big difference.
And obviously with COVID, we all know that hit everybody hard.
Oh, that was a terrible time for all of us.
What we ended up doing is we had a second showroom where we basically had our overflow stock, and then we decided, well, what are we going to do? So we ended up opening a business called AutoKing, which we've now sort of incorporated into our business. So we've got 81 cars that we rent out.
Daily basis, monthly basis?
Daily basis. If your car's at the workshop and you need a car for a couple of days, 100%.
Exactly.
But we've got long-term clients. So we've got a lot of clients that rent monthly. We've got some of our clients that have been renting for like a year. The guy can't get finance. What can he do? He'll rent a car. At least he knows it's maintained, it's insured.
So while he rents it for that on a monthly basis, you still maintain
if something happens to the vehicle, we've got little top-up covers that the guy can take. So if he rides over a pothole and bursts a tire, he doesn't have to pay for it. Or if his windscreen gets damaged. So we've got waivers and top-ups that the guys can purchase over and above. But generally, we keep a record of the mileage. We get them to notify us. So we know the car's due for a service. We get him to bring a car back, give him something else to use for the day or two, whatever the case may be. Car goes into the workshop, service gets done, reconditioned, ready again, and we just swap it back over again. So, we've even evolved with the car hire side of it. We've found that a lot of people wanted shuttle service. So we've purchased 2 Staria buses, plus we've got a Vito, and we do airport shuttles. We've got a couple of hotels that have partnered with us. So they'll just book and they'll say, we've got Mr. Joe Soap arriving at the airport on flight number so-and-so at 12 o'clock tonight, and he's booked in at our hotel. Can you collect? Our drivers will be there with a board waiting, collect him, take him to the hotel. So that's working very well for us. We do daily shuttles as well, shark diving trips, wine tasting. So, you know, we're not a tour company. You know, if the guy wants...
You're in a used car, you're in a used car sales business.
We're just diversified a bit.
Yeah, that's, you know, and I see now is another company up the road. They used to be here. Has now also ventured into hiring cars out, and you know, which is, I think it's brilliant. Why would you only want to sell them? You know, rent them as well, because you know it's a secondary income.
100%. Yeah.
You know,
it's not easy.
No. I know no one's. Listen, if it was easy, we'd all be doing it.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, we've had hijackings, we've had cars that have been stolen, we've had somehow, and we know there's obviously somebody at the license department involved. I mean, the one car that got sold, the poor Nigerian that bought the car, he said, "But I've got the papers." And we said, "Well, so have we." And the car was fortunately still registered in our name at the traffic department.
Okay.
When he went to go and try and do it, they wouldn't allow him to do it. So, you know, we managed to get our car back. So it's not easy. You know, everybody thinks it's, lekker, you rent the car out and you just make money. So there's risks involved. But
And then again, there's also risk involved. Trying to sell used cars on test drives.
100%.
You know, we've all had some instances where something wrong happened, but it just makes sense. If you in the car business, expand into other areas of mobility.
Yeah, well, we've tried to diversify and sort of just.
And you connected with all the finance houses.
Yes, we are with all the finance houses, approved by all of them. Marquee, MFC, ABSA, Westbank.
And you have an on-site.
We've got an on-site F&I. So yeah, Enid sits next in the office next door. So she's fully qualified, done all the courses, everything. So we can obviously offer finance, cash.
And then after sales, repairs and things, you use, as you said, outside subcontracted out.
Yeah. You know, in our early days, we tried the story. We had our own workshop, but then the mechanic is babalas and he doesn't come to work, and you've got cars booked in, and your client, the client standing there, and you standing there, and the workshop's closed because. So we said, subcontracted out.
Many small dealers or used car dealers, I think, have tried that party trick. It's like
subcontracted out, and if
how they say, it's like owning a boat. You're just pouring money down the drain.
Absolutely. You know, if something goes wrong, you just take it back to the workshop and say, "You repaired it.
That's right.
Your problem. You repair it again."
Else.
You know, it's the old saying: do the job properly the first time, you make money. You do it the second time, it costs you money. That's the workshop.
And staff, I mean, I see you've got quite a lot of people, but they're all in various positions.
With car hire, we've got Michelle, Mimi, the two admin ladies. Michelle's the manageress. She's gone for a walkabout. Then we've got our two drivers for the shuttles and the tours, Gift and Dean. We've got a dedicated cleaner just for car hire, so he just keeps all the car hire King cars sorted and cleaned and vacuumed and ozoned. Sales guys, we've got Barry van der Linde, that's also been in the trade for
way too long.
100. Well, he looks about 100, but no, he's not quite. Barry's dad was in the trade.
I know.
Dennis,
yeah, Dennis well. Yeah.
Dennis van der Linde. He was at Honda for many years.
That's correct.
So yeah, you know, Barry's back with us.
He was at Honda with Brian Hoskinson.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, Barry left. He went up to Bloem, but he's back in Cape Town, so he's rejoined us. We've got our sales manager, Brad Duplessis, who's also been with us for probably close to 10 years. Brad's been with us.
The long term.
Yeah, so we've pretty much groomed Brad to take over. You know, Les and I are not getting any younger, So, you know, the whole, I mean, at the moment, Brad already does all the buying and pretty much the recon, and so we've groomed him, we're still busy grooming him.
It takes time.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, but he's definitely stepped up to the plate. I think I would probably say this year even more so, but yeah.
Because seeing that fishing is your hobby, they obviously like to go more fishing.
I would, yeah, but also having 4 daughters also doesn't help. Yeah, I've got to first
Okay,
get
so
those
you actually
out of
have
the
to
way.
work. You actually have to work.
I do pretty much.
How do you see, or how have you seen, and how are you seeing the market change, have changed, and what can we expect the market to do with all these big corporations?
Yeah, well,
Shall we call them the big warehouses? You know what we're talking
we
about?
know. Well, we don't even have to. We can
Yeah.
name them. We know the We Buy Cars and the Cubbies and the Getworths. They definitely have an impact on the market. You know, a guy will go to one of them and he'll buy the car with the dent and the scratch and the ball tires. He'll buy it with no questions asked. But he'll walk in here and he'll want
he wants a brand new car.
He wants new tires, and every dent and scratch must be taken out. So it's definitely challenging. You know, we know also they supply a DECRA report, and how many clients haven't said, well, we're not interested in that DECRA report. We know it's BS.
I don't think it's a platform to discuss
Yeah,
that, but
so, you know,
it actually affects.
it definitely has affected, and obviously we know the Chinese market, the cars that have come in, have also affected us.
Must do. That was my next question.
You know, that definitely has affected us. Yeah, I mean, you can go buy a brand new, it's the bottom of the range, Cherry, Tigo, but it's got everything for 280,000 Rand. Then
That's what you get with warranties.
you're getting full factory warranty, you're getting service plan. Yeah, I don't know how the spares are. I don't know what will happen.
Time will tell.
Yeah, if it's
Are they
an
going to work or
accident.
not work? It's one of
We
those
don't
things.
know, but still, for 280 grand, you're buying a brand new car.
100%.
So that has definitely affected our
I
market.
also think, maybe, and you'll agree or not agree, is that the South African buyer, since the arrival of Hyundai in the old day with that little funny car there,
Yes.
little accent,
100%.
never forget. And eventually the public started accepting it. And it went on.
Correct.
Because, that perception is also now, they're looking at price and what do I get for it? Value. And he gets a little screen he can touch to change his aircon. He doesn't have to press a button or turn a knob.
No, 100%.
Now it's new.
No.
And that is a serious, especially as you say, the lower end, must have a serious impact on your level market.
It definitely has.
And all the other guys as well.
I think it's affected across the used
Across the
car
board.
market. I mean, Lawrence, you think back and you think to the first Cherry that they had, that little QQ3 bubble.
QQ1 or
whatever
QQ2,
it was.
whatever
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, it was the biggest piece of rubbish around, but slowly but surely
They persisted.
they've just carried on
And
and
funny
on
enough,
and
you
on
still
and
see
on.
them running around. It hasn't broken.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the Chinese have definitely hurt us.
I think the Chinese are hurting, not only in this country, but it's also hurting in some other
Everywhere else,
countries.
no.
I've just come from another country and there's no Chinese, not a single Chinese car in that country.
All,
They're not allowed.
Oh, they're not allowed.
No. The biggest Asian, one of the top marked cars, you can see every third one is either Kia
Okay.
or Hyundai. Kia or Hyundai.
Kia.
Third must be Tesla. That little
Okay.
thing with the flat
Yeah.
face.
Yes.
Looks like those oaks of Star Wars with the helmets on. The thing like that.
Electric, all these.
It's crazy.
But I mean, yeah, I mean,
But people are buying that stuff.
they do. They're buying it.
It's
I mean,
reliable.
the electric and the new
What
arrival of the electric
what are we going to
market,
do?
that's also. I mean, that's.
What is your feeling about it? Is it going to impact us?
I'm still old school.
So am I.
I want to hear the engine start.
And smell the exhaust fumes.
Yeah, but I think the younger generation are going to.
things green.
They may start going with the hybrids and all the rest. But I think that is eventually also going to hurt our market. And
What do you know, my thinking is I always try and ask this question. Let's say there are a chap drives in here with an electric car to trade in on that little car. Clean, nothing wrong with it. Beautiful, shiny, it's got mileage, should have money. Would you trade that in? Say it's 3 years old.
Not knowing it, I probably would say no. I would probably first.
We get the same answer all the time, eh? Hey, Jeremy?
Because we don't know it. We don't know it, and I think that's the biggest problem.
The problem is, you know, there's no data and history on how long this is. How long are they going to last? 10 years of battery, or are they going to last 5 years?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I was talking to a mate of mine the other day, and we were talking about solar. I mean, I've got a solar system at home, which fortunately I put in before we had all the blackouts and the power outages and all the rest. But the first thing he asked me is, but how long are your batteries going to last?
You don't know?
I'm fortunate that, you know, I had a problem while it was still under warranty, and they replaced the one battery, and then it still didn't work, and they replaced the second battery, and it still didn't work, and then they replaced the inverter, and then it worked. So it was the inverter.
The same
At
thing.
least I've now got two new
We have
batteries.
a problem with this electric cars.
Yeah, we don't know it.
Yeah. Chaps, you're out there. We're talking to Pierre van der Burgh at AutoKing in Paarden Eiland. Paarden Eiland's in Cape Town, but they have a website and they have telephone numbers. Make contact, like and subscribe. And then another question I want to ask you: what is your feeling about some of our dealers? We've noticed they blend, but then they're at your level, and then they go to high level cars. Have you looked at that sort of market?
We haven't known. We haven't. I think we've always sort of been in, or tried to be in the affordable.
So you made a decision to stay in that level.
We've tried to be in that little, that niche, our market,
yeah.
our segment. You know, up to, as I say, max sort of 400. So I mean, if you walk around and you'll see on the showroom floor, that's pretty much. We've always tried to be. That's what the man in the street can afford. Yeah. So. We've never really dabbled in the higher end stuff, and again, I think not knowing it and being scared, if you get burned,
current economy,
and you get, you know,
if you don't know it,
you buy a Ferrari and something goes wrong with it. Now all of a sudden,
who do you go to?
Well, you know, what do you not do? Only that, you know, you make 200 grand on the car and you spend 300 on recon afterwards. Then it's not worth it.
It's terrible.
So you know, so make a smaller margin. Try and turn over more. Has always been what we've tried to do.
So I'm not going to ask you how old you are. I'm going to ask you when you think you're going to retire.
I just told you earlier on. I've got 4 daughters, Lawrence. I don't see it on the horizon soon. But
I think for us used car salespeople in the car trade.
That's what we are.
We can actually never retire because. What are we going to do?
Blood. No, 100%.
What are you going to do?
I mean, I look at COVID, and I still said to my wife then, I said, if this is what retirement is like, I'm never retiring. You know, sitting at home for whatever it was, 2 months, no.
I remember when I made the decision, it lasted 4 weeks.
No, it was
in 2018, from this premises.
And then you were back in the game.
Well, yeah, from the kitchen counter.
Dabbling. But
from the kitchen
I think
counter.
Once you in your blood, it's in your blood. You know, I'm fortunate where I can still go away fishing, and some of the places I go to are so remote that I don't have cell phone signal, so I can literally switch off. But my business partner, on the other hand, Les Herring, he'll go on leave, but only fairly recently has he started taking time away from work, but he can't switch off.
Look, I've just been over on the other side for 6 weeks, and I don't know what happens. Every time I do go like that to visit my family, I'm actually very busy, you know. I start work at 10 o'clock at night until 4 in the morning. And then I was actually very busy. I was more busy than I was the 2 months before I went. It's crazy. Pierre, I think that's anything else from your side you want to?
No.
How do you see you going forward? I'm not going to ask you if it's going to get better. It's not.
Well, no, we know it's.
But the fight's going to get harder.
Definitely, we're not going to go down without swinging, that's for sure.
No. Fortunately, we're all quite resilient.
Yeah, that's, you know, as I say, we've tried to diversify a bit, you know, so,
Which is awesome.
I mean, yeah, you know, one of the other little things that we've started, which I haven't even mentioned, is also the guys can go online and have a look, is our leisure code. We've got a leisure code with some of the banks, so it's leisure online. You know, so if you want a caravan that you want to sell or a boat you want to sell, you know, we've got a website that the guys can upload their photos, and then we'll advertise it for them. Obviously, we can do finance for them. So your boats and your caravans and, you know, off-road trailers, those sort of things. So, you know, we're trying to get into that market as well. So that's fairly new, but we've had a couple of applications. We've got a couple of the big boat companies that are
using a platform.
Yeah, which is nice. So, you know, we're trying a bit of everything to...
Well, you've been around long enough. And the first time I laid eyes upon you was in 1997, by the cross street next to the Shell garage.
When you were at Bloomsbury,
the little funny showroom that sort of like went straight down and then it went down here somewhere.
And if
it was a weird little showroom, a little door like that.
Somebody came in to test drive a car, you had to park the whole road full to get that car at the back out.
I mean, now, even then it was to a point, one of the busiest traffic light intersections in town.
But I think the record we had in that little showroom was like 55 cars we sold out of that showroom 1 month.
In 1 month?
1 month, yeah. And I mean, I think the showroom could probably only hold 22 or 23 cars. So, you know, those were the good old days.
Tell me about it. I'm not going to talk about it. No. Those are...
You know, where we had prime interest rates of 26%, people still bought. They still bought cars. They still bought motor cars. So,
but thank you, Pierre.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
I think from everybody, we wish them all the best. And you know, they've been around for a very, very long time.
Over 30 years.
There's no reason why they will disappear from Marine Drive, Paarden Eiland. So yeah, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And your staff. And
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
Enjoy your weddings. And fishing and and we say thank you to Jeremy for putting this whole party together, and we'll see you in 30 days or 28 days, I think. Like, subscribe, and go to the website for AutoKing Cape Town. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.